We are live. Hey, how about you, everybody? Welcome into the Corner Call-In Show. I'm your host, Jeffrey Lee, Senior Recruiting Editor for AuburnSports.com. Today is Sunday, July the 13th, 2025. We have a fantastic show for you tonight, and it's fantastic because of these fantastic fellas here with me, Mr. Cole Pinkston, Sir Alan Head. How about you, fellas?
How about you?
Look at the Corner Call-In Show graphic back there. Hey.
I like it.
Big time. Johnny Knox, man. Big how about you to Johnny Knox for hooking us up with that.
No doubt about it. The only thing more impressive is the fact that Cole has a Huddle highlight shirt on right now. I can tell what it is, man. Grinding on film like an offensive lineman would. I'm proud of you, man.
That is
you
fantastic.
Like that, man?
I like that. I like that.
This is an old shirt. This is back from coaching days.
Okay.
Yeah.
That, the Elite subscription.
There you go.
Comes with a free T-shirt. Comes with a free T-shirt, man. Not a lot going on for Auburn this past week, except the arrest of their Todd Patterford. Has some bad news there.
Yeah.
I liked his statement, though. I liked he come out and owned it, and I liked what he said in his statement.
Did DJ make a statement, or did he just the cops just release the picture of his arrest and be done with it?
Say what?
Did DJ Barber even release a statement, or was
I forgot about him. Yeah, he's done. Yeah, he's done. He's off the team. DJ Barber no longer on the team. Yeah, man. Had some 2 arrests. There you go. This past week.
It must be arrest season because Quinshon Judkins got hit. Somebody else. Oh, Le'Veon Moss from Texas A&M. Saw that one today. July. I guess July is a rough month for that.
Mark it down.
What did your grandmother always say, Jeffrey? What is it? Idle hands lead to the devil's work. Is that what it is?
Always trouble. It's always trouble. When there's nothing to do, trouble will find you.
Yes.
Somehow, someway. Yeah. Let's see. I'm gonna get some phone calls. Obviously, we're gonna let our phone calls dictate what we want to talk about tonight. What do y'all want to talk about? Call us, let us know. We'll do our best to respond, comment, give you some insight on it, and maybe answer some questions before we get to the phone lines. Got to thank our sponsor, show sponsor, man. If you're in Auburn, Opelika, Lee County, you're looking for some real estate help, looking to buy your home, sell a home, upgrade, maybe an investment property, give her a call. Jessica Andrus with the Talents Group, 334-704-4442. A lot of fours in that number, but don't be deceived. She's a freaking 5-star realtor. If you don't believe me, just ask Alan Head. He'll tell you. Give her a call. She's constantly working, man. She is doing it really big right now. She is all over it, taking care of her clients, doing big things. We appreciate her sponsoring the show. Give her a call, 334-704-4442. Tell her we sent you. I need to announce my commitment real quick before we go any farther.
Yes, we need to all hear this. Okay, I've been waiting all week to figure out exactly where this commitment was going to land.
Okay, so posted a post on the message board of the corner about Kubota tractor or John Deere tractor. Lots of intel from our people. And I have finally made my decision. I've been a quiet commit, silent commit since Friday. Made my decision Friday. And it came down to John Deere or Kubota. And I decided to go with Kubota.
No.
Oh!
No.
Yeah. I think Bashir's in Opelika. Oh, Joe Dasher, I believe. Fantastic. Hook me up. Great stuff. All right, let's go to.
Yeah.
Came in with a midnight bag drop, huh? Yeah. That's what does it.
The old bag man came to see me. Old bag man.
Yeah.
And I mean, obviously NIL was a big factor in my decision. Relationships, not so much. Don't care. Proximity to home was big.
Yeah.
Having the shop over here in Opelika, that was a big deal. Proximity to home, NIL was big. So signed.
But Yeah, signed.
Well,
But
I'm locked in, baby.
John Deere, just
Do
so you
we,
know, this is the age of the transfer portal. So if we happen to be shopping for a new sponsor, you can always
true.
give us a call, baby.
Do we need to respect your decision?
Please. Look, I'm locked in. No more visits. I'm done.
Locked in.
Recruitment over. Shut down. Recruitment
Sweet.
shut down.
Even
You
if
said
that
all right there.
Did it match my hat? Match my
Yeah.
shirt. I'm gonna leave it on, by Jordan.
Look at you, color coordinated.
Man, Jessica would say that's too matchy. Let's see. Let's Zach, is anybody on the phones?
You already know who's on here.
Well, let's get it going.
Been waiting since
Kevin.
Thursday.
Kevin from Wilmer, Alabama. You're live.
You know, I think we've had some trouble with Kevin.
From Wilmer, Alabama.
Hey, how about you, Kevin? He had some technical issues the past couple of weeks. Let's see if we've got him resolved.
How you doing, Jeffrey Lee?
Hey, I'm doing fantastic, Kevin. That sounds great, man. Your reception sounds great. You're coming in loud and clear.
Yes.
What's on your mind tonight, big dog?
How you doing, Olin Allen Head?
Fantastic, Kevin.
We're doing great, man. Yeah, better that you've called now. Now tell you what's on your mind, Kevin.
Oh.
London Duckworth.
Okay, so I think he's making his decision in August, but I think Auburn made it easy on him, Kevin, when they took Peyton Falzone. They got the quarterback they wanted in this class, or the Peyton Falzone. They flipped him from Penn State, kid from Pennsylvania. So that pretty much, it was Landon Duckworth was Auburn or South Carolina, and Auburn took a quarterback. So by default, you would expect him to go to South Carolina. You need to go check out the quarterback, Peyton Falzone. Really good player.
He might come to Auburn.
What's that? Who, Landon Duckworth? Kevin, you with me?
Yeah.
Yeah, I think we can move on from Landon Duckworth. I think Auburn's moved on from him. I think they. What else you got tonight, Kevin?
We could get KJ Lacey.
Yeah, you could, Kevin.
It's possible.
Honestly, stranger things have happened in the transfer portal.
Me and Kevin are on the same page. I always liked KJ Lacey, man.
Man, he would have been a perfect fit in this offense.
Yeah.
I bet we get some transfer open.
Yeah. Well, the good thing about the quarterback room right now is it's a good thing. They've got some really good quarterbacks in that room. And believe it or not, technically they all could return next year when you've got Ashton Daniels, if he were to redshirt, or if they make the 5-for-5 rule.
Correct.
Obviously, Jackson Arnold has another year. Deuce Knight's got 4, maybe 5. And then you've got Peyton Falzone coming in this class. He'll be in December. So the quarterback room looks great. Bestest look since I don't know when, to be honest with you, on paper.
Yeah.
Yeah, probably since.
And the wide receiver room.
Yeah, the receiver room. Yeah. You know what I thought? I heard Hugh Freeze say this past week. Wanted to lock in that wide receiver room.
Yeah.
Talking about roster retention, and he's like, "Man, there's not a guy out there right now that I like better than the ones I've got."
Well, that statement has stayed with me a little bit. Actually, I've really tried to break that down in my mind.
Get it.
There's two sides to it, right?
Sure.
One side, he says he's not losing any receivers, but Horatio Fields, we're pretty sure he's gone, right? He's done after this year.
I think you're only losing one, right?
To this point, unless Eric could turn pro, right?
Right.
Do you think in Freeze's mind he's looking at Eric Singleton's situation? And he's going, I know he's got another year. If we save our NIL money instead of using it on a recruit like we would have in the past, we save that and keep him here, pay him what, would be enough to keep him from going pro. But I've never seen it done where you can sway a guy who's, potentially first, second round, like they're talking about him right now.
Yeah.
I don't think Auburn can.
But I think that lines up with what we're talking about and bringing this wide receiver class of 1 to 2. That's how many you're going to lose, 1 to 2.
Right.
Exactly. And I honestly don't think if Eric's slotted, I think Freeze's thing more is he's just making sure, like Eric doesn't get an injury this year, his season's cut short, and his projection now is 4 to 6 versus 1 to 3. Because if he's in the first 3 rounds, there's no question in my mind Eric Singleton is turning pro.
You would encourage him to.
Yeah, absolutely.
What'd you say, Kevin? I was talking over you, buddy.
I think he was just saying it was good talking to y'all.
Oh, good. Well, I'm glad. That was a great call. Always gets the show started.
Appreciate you, Kevin.
On a great note.
5202. You're live. Who we talking to? Where are you calling from?
Hey guys, Darren down in Niceville.
You're a little early, big dog.
Very well. Good gracious.
Cole, I think you're exactly right. I don't know if he keeps Singleton, but that wide receiver room is talented enough that all the big dogs, there's people they'd love to pluck and pay big money to take. So I think Hugh's comments is keep your current roster because it's that good and it continues to grow and get better. I don't know if Singleton does stay. Again, I'm with y'all. Top first, second, third round, he's gone. But don't you think that's it, Cole, on the head?
Yeah, if you think about it, let's say Auburn has a pretty good year, an upgraded year, a much better year, and the roster that he's been telling everybody, I'm trying to get it to this point, does what everybody wants it to do. Wouldn't you want to keep that together? Wouldn't that be your number one priority? You still have to build for the future, but in this NFL model, Alan, right?
Yes.
That's more of the idea, is to keep what you got and just supplement smaller classes. We'll bring in guys to fill in these little holes. Hey, put this guy behind him. Let him work into the role where he's eventually the Cam Coleman, right? Instead of getting a class of 5 guys at receiver like it's been before. But it's because you're set up well right now. You can do that.
All right.
Exactly. So this one ain't going to be popular.
Uh-oh.
I think it was last year. Home State, Alabama kid, running back. Y'all know who I'm talking about, was committed to Penn State.
Mm-hmm.
Everybody's no way a guy from Alabama's going to Penn State like that, blah, blah, blah. He flips. A lot of people said, well, maybe it was NIL. Maybe he wanted to juice it up a little bit. Peyton Malzahn is a Pennsylvania kid right there in their back door. Don't think that could happen again?
Sure it can.
You mean Penn State flipping back?
So I'm talking about the kids saying, oh, yeah, Penn State's offering me a little better, so I'm going back home. That's what Alvin Henderson did, right?
It's a little bit different scenario, Alan. Correct me if I'm wrong.
Everybody said he – huh?
I think Penn State – I don't know that Penn State's going to push for him.
Right. Darren, on this situation, what would have to take place is Penn State already had a 2-quarterback class. They would have to be willing to commit to Peyton Falzone that he is only being taken as a quarterback and that he would be the only quarterback in that class, because it's problematic guys don't like being in two quarterback situations, particularly when one is treated as an athlete, as somebody who's going to get a shot. But, Tuberville also told Carlos Dansby one time he was going to get a shot at playing wide receiver, right?
Receiver.
And that lasted about 2 practices, and he was over there playing linebacker. So I think the way Penn State sees him is potentially as a tight end in the future. Maybe a guy that's got an outside shot at playing quarterback in their scheme, but in Hugh's system, the athleticism transcends over very nicely. I think they see a player with high enough upside that they'll give him the opportunity to develop and really try his hand at being a quarterback for 2-3 years before they're going to ask him to play a different position. And that's a significantly different situation than what he's looking at Penn State. But I understand what you're saying. Proximity to home, Penn State is highly regarded this year. James Franklin's done a phenomenal job building that program. So there would be a lot of draw for him to stay there. But I think as a quarterback, that's a position where only one guy touches the field at a time. And I think he wants to go into a situation where he's truly going to be treated as a quarterback and given the opportunity to develop.
Awesome. That is a great angle. And I had heard y'all talk about that, the athleticism before. And obviously Hugh said, hey, you're going to be our one and only for this class, and we're going to give you a shot at quarterback. Makes sense. Just was in the back of my mind the way it went down last year. It probably left a little bad taste in Franklin's mouth with Alvin flipping back over home.
Sure.
Another thing is, and I don't think, maybe I'm wrong. Been wrong many times. Our running back room gets no love. I know Hugh came out, I think it was this week, and said, hey, Jeremiah Cobb's he's finna be something. I know we got the two youngins, Mabson and Henderson. I don't feel like we're at dire straits with our running backs. I feel like we got a good running back room.
Is it good? Is it good? Is it great? Is it elite?
I think that
We don't
depends
know.
on
Cobb and them haven't had the touches with number 27 being there, right? So we don't really know how good they could be. We've seen flashes. I know they're good. I'm going to go good with potential. How's that?
Is it safe to say they're not as good as Jarquez Hunter?
Yeah,
possibly.
the difference though, you remember? It's funny. I dove into the Vanderbilt game a lot this week for whatever reason. I felt like doing that. Freeze said after the Vanderbilt game, because that was Jarquez's lowest carry total of the year.
How many do you have?
Like 11.
Okay.
I don't quote me on that. I have to go back and look. But it wasn't a lot, and he didn't get as many opportunities as usual. And Freeze said he looked gassed. Y'all remember that comment?
I do.
Yes.
I forgot about it, and I ran across it while I was looking through everything from that game, which, by the way, Auburn threw 16 drop-back passes in the first half of that game. That's a whole different thing if y'all want to talk about that. But I don't think you're going to have that problem with this running back room. You'll be fresh.
Yeah.
I still think
Arnold's a better runner than Bowen, right?
Yeah. Arnold's more natural. He's more of a, I guess you would say, a running back at quarterback. He understands how to run. Peyton Thorne's not a bad runner, by the way. He exceeded his potential as a runner. Jackson Arnold looks like he's been doing it since he was like 5, if that makes sense.
Jarquez had 12 for 50.
Lee.
There you go.
Jay Lee, I think you'd be a good runner if you had 340 pounds running after you.
Might find another gear out there.
Well, I did in junior high. She was mad. Big old girl. She's after
All three of y'all, or who
one of those honeybees?
Media days. Is it just cold?
What's that, Darren?
Oh, media day's coming up.
Yeah, it is.
Is everybody going, or is it just Cole going, or Jay Lee? Are you just going, or how y'all?
I think our team guys. We merged with rivals, so I'm guessing B Matt will go. I'm guessing Justin will go. Probably JG will go.
Yeah.
So we'll have at least 2 guys there, if not 3.
Is media days back in Birmingham, or is it Atlanta this year?
It's Birmingham.
Is it back in Birmingham?
Or Nashville? Was it? It's
Atlanta, right?
Oh, is it?
Oh, Atlanta.
I think it is in Atlanta.
Atlanta. That's correct.
Yeah.
That's what I said.
Atlanta this year. So it's going to be interesting. I think we got.
Hell, that's
3
tomorrow.
Really diplomats
Yeah.
to be there. I think we got core players with Lou and Falk, and then of course Jackson Arnold. A little surprised. I know they wanted to take the quarterback. I get it, but a little surprised, but never playing it down at Auburn, and he's going and representing. I thought there was probably some players that put the time in here, been here 2, 3, 4 years. Might have probably could have had that spot, but I think they're just trying to build the kid's confidence even more and putting him out there. But
The leader.
what's y'all's thought with taking Jackson Arnold at this point and never playing it down, and nobody really know what he is yet?
Well, I think you hit the nail on the head, Darren. It's about building confidence in Jackson, because if you don't take him, what does that say about your feeling of the quarterback room? Probably not having the confidence he needed to have last year was a large portion of some of his issue from the anticipatory standpoint of getting the ball out of his hand at times. I mean, it got stuck there for whatever the reason. And again, we've talked about it on this show ad nauseum about all the things that were wrong at Oklahoma at the time. But there were times that he had an opportunity to have success, and it didn't happen for whatever the reason. But I think this is a statement from Hugh Freeze, more or less saying Jackson Arnold's my guy. I'm not going to hide from that. We went out, we sought him out of the transfer portal, and he's going to be the person that's going to take the first snap when we take the field come September. And it's a really interesting storyline too, right? Because I'll be interested to see how this is approached. He was at Media Days last year for Oklahoma. He'll now be representing a different team here in Auburn. And Jackson Arnold's, it's interesting with me because he kind of controls the fate of two different teams, right? Or at least the perception. With Auburn, if he plays well, obviously Auburn's probably going to have a really good season. And if he plays poorly, that's all she wrote.
Yeah.
With Oklahoma, if he plays well, that's an indictment on Brent Venables, who's on a hot seat in and of himself, right? And if he plays poorly,
Right.
justifies the reasoning for parting ways with him. So there's a lot of storylines with Jackson Arnold and how he affects the dichotomy of the SEC. And I'll be interested to see what some of the talking points are and how they kind of prepare him for when he takes the stage.
And Darren, there's a Freeze spoke with David Pollock this week, and he answered that exact question. Why are you taking Jackson Arnold to Media Days? And he said it's a no-brainer to show him what we believe about him. He's like, I think he needs to know we believe in it. That was his reasoning.
And, Auburn fans will always believe in you until you give them a reason not to anymore. I think this fan base is very high, IQ football is high, and I think they understand what's at stake here. But I'm going to make a comment first, Alan, to what you said, why it got stuck in his hand a lot, trust. There wasn't a lot of trust anymore in that wide receiver core that was banged up and, on first aid. And that offensive line, I believe he was one of the most sacked quarterbacks in the NCAA last year. So, man, when I said that 300-something pounds, I mean, they caught him a lot. I mean, they beat that kid up. So trust in that, is the big thing. And then my question, and I appreciate y'all, I'm going to go after this one. What do y'all think? Who do y'all think? Dave Aranda in his 6th year or Hugh Freeze in his 3rd year at Baylor-Auburn game means more to, and who's on the hotter seat at that point if they lose? Appreciate y'all. Have a good one.
All right. Thanks, Darren. Who's got more to lose?
Hugh Freeze.
Who is it between Freeze and who?
Dave Aranda.
Baylor.
Aranda.
That opening.
Yeah. Take it back a year ago, and I would have easily said Dave Aranda. But they had a nice bounce back last year. I think they went 8-4. Sawyer Robertson looks like he's easily going to have them very competitive in the Big 12. And everything's still in front of them. And yes, this is a home game for Baylor. Okay, so you never want to lose a home game. But you're playing an SEC opponent. You still have everything in front of you in the Big 12, and it is a very winnable conference this year. Hugh Freeze, by comparison, you're in year 3. You're coming off of a 5-7 season. I'm not saying he's on the hot seat, but not getting a victory against Baylor doesn't put him in a good position given the opening part of his schedule, where you really need to be 3-2 going into Georgia. Like that needs to be the bare minimum, that you're 3-2. So then you're trying to find a road victory against either Oklahoma or Texas A&M. And no offense to Baylor, but I think Waco's an easier place to play than those two venues. Now, that being said, and I want to hear Cole's thoughts here, it's the opening game, new quarterback, offensive line wasn't all together in spring. So there could be some issues in this one that are explainable as well, and maybe they'll look better in 2 games from then than they will in that opening game.
Yeah, I think it's Freeze. Got more pressure on him for sure. It's just where you're at right now. Again, not all of it is fair to Freeze. Not every single bit of it is fair to Freeze. A lot of it is because of the way you've lost games. But Freeze, he doesn't feel the pressure, man. You can watch him talk. He maybe does. He notates a few things where you go, okay, I can tell you're listening. But at the same time, he looks pretty relaxed to me. He looks like he's, obviously he's got his health. He's worried about that.
Sure.
Dealing with that. But he always knew, and he's always said it was going to be year 3. So I think where fans look at the losses from the last 2 years as unbelievable, we just can't trust you, which is fair. He looks at him and goes, well, that's just part of the process of getting where we need to get. Whether you agree with that or not, I think that's what he's thinking. So is he feeling that pressure as much? I don't think so. Is there a lot of pressure on him? I believe so.
Fair. Good stuff, Darren. Appreciate you calling in, buddy.
3688. You're live. Who we talking to? Where are you calling from?
Good evening, fellas. This is Jonathan from Troy again.
Hey, Jonathan. How about you
What's up,
tonight, big
Jonathan?
dog?
I'm pretty good. How are you fellas doing?
Fantastic.
Great.
So I have a question for clarity. It seems like Cohen and Freeze on this whole rev share NIL thing, are they saying that Auburn is counting the NIL, like third-party NIL deals, and the rev share from the college towards the cap that they are limited to spend on the college athletes, and other schools are only attributing the rev share from the school and not attributing NIL deals from third parties? Is that what they're getting, the disparity, the 6-figure disparity from what I've been hearing? Contrasting the deals that Auburn is able to offer and other schools are able to offer more.
Alan?
Yeah, Jonathan, let me kind of try to walk you through this a little bit, because the way it was kind of presented from John Cohen, I don't think that it necessarily made as much sense as he wanted it to. And I understand what he's saying, and after talking to other people, I feel like I have a better grip of this. And some of what you're saying, yes, it's kind of baked in there. What John Cohen is saying specifically on the guarantee part of things is the only thing that can be guaranteed from the team is the rev share number. That's the only thing that can be guaranteed. And essentially, there are people that are making promises about NIL in addition to the rev share number. And Auburn has refused to play that game to a degree. They are only talking rev share numbers because that's what they can promise. All NIL deals have to go through the NIL Go format and have to be weighed in and determined that their market value by the CSC or Deloitte, the algorithm that they're going to be utilizing, whatever that situation is. But until that goes through, there is no deal on the NIL front because that has to be approved. And so what Cohen is saying is if you're guaranteeing money, then that means you're running up your rev share, because that's the only thing that a team can truly deal with. And the whole point of August 1st, and I know Auburn fans have kind of taken it, particularly the message board variety, and I had a field day with that. But what he's saying is that's a day of transparency, because when those offers come in from teams, they can't be laden with NIL, not NIL deals that aren't approved by the NIL Go format. The only number that they can receive,
yeah, through.
Exactly. Well, right now they're not going through. And the rule that came down, or the memo that was released by CSC, the College Sports Commission, basically stated that NIL deals with collectives right now, as a third party in and of themselves, are not legitimate deals. that the collective can act as a marketing agency and they can help, say, like a corporate sponsor, McDonald's or a local car dealership or anything of that nature. You can help facilitate a deal that's a legitimate NIL deal, but you cannot cut a deal yourself with that prospect. Now, that's where Cohen was at with that. We'll see. Again, it's a transparency day, August 1st, because that's the number that these kids get, by and large, is going to be their rev share number. Now, I think there are some teams that did a really great job of front-loading deals and got them all paid off the books before July the 1st when rev share became a deal or became a part of things. And so they're able to kind of pay for their recruiting class through rev share. And so there'll be some larger numbers that are out there. But there are some schools that have done some math, have done some calculus where they baked some numbers in that can't necessarily be offered. And I think Auburn thinks that when that happens, that they'll have an opportunity to jump back in and start a negotiation again, right? Restart that recruitment some with some transparency and some ability to say, hey, this is what we've always offered. We're going to be able to up this a little bit more, but understand that we've always been straight with you, whereas other teams, specifically the one that you're committed to, maybe played with the numbers a little bit to entice you to commit to that school. So I think that's where they're coming from. We'll see how that holds up. I believe there are some teams that have done that. I think there are others that are playing things straight up and they just have a little bit more money because of the way they front loaded their contracts and they're not having to basically pay for their team or worry about their team on rev share. That's all been handled. Now it can just be handled through the recruiting class as far as appropriating those funds towards them.
Okay, so also, I'm sure y'all know who Mike G is from the War Report. I also pay attention to him as well. He's saying that the NIL Go has actual power to hand down disciplinary actions to these schools. Like, it seems like there's a lot of schools that are not playing it the way Auburn is. With the multitude of schools that seem like they're promising all this money, do you think that they will actually legitimately hand down some disciplinary actions to all these schools?
Do you feel like, Alan, there's going to be a little bit of a grace period come August 1st where the NIL Go or whatever, whoever's the clearinghouse, will look at all these schools and go, okay, I know we're all operating under a new set of rules now. We'll give you all a second. Hey, this is how we're going to do it, though. This is what's going to be accepted. This is what's not going to be accepted. Because right now, they're all hanging in limbo. And what Freeze and Cohen are doing are saying, well, we read every detail of the rule book of what's new, and we believe we are going by that until at least August 1st, where NIL Clearinghouse is going to start passing or not passing these things. We're going to hang tight until that comes. Whereas other schools are going, we're going to keep operating business as usual, and we'll see how it plays out.
Yes, I think that's
obviously, August 1st, you're not going to be able to process everything on August 1st. It's going to take a few weeks to get everything processed. So it's going to be a little while even after August 1st, but there will be some clarity to start coming after August 1st.
Some, yes, but I will tell you that they still don't have all the rules finalized just yet. They are closing in on being able to have their full arbitration team in place. I think they're aiming for 9 to 10 judges that are going to oversee this, or former judges that are retired. They're going to be on their arbitration committee. They're going to oversee some of these deals should they not be able to come to an agreement and get cleared through the clearinghouse, because that's part of the process, right? Is that you're able to submit your deal twice through the NIL Go clearinghouse. And that's what that is. And NIL Go is not going to be able to issue penalties, right? That's coming from the College Sports Commission, Jonathan. So there's a little bit of ambiguity on that front. It's all underneath the same umbrella, but the College Sports Commission is the disciplinary arm. NIL Go is more or less just the clearinghouse or the submission format from which deals are submitted. So,
okay, that accepts or denies the deals.
Right. So they more or less, they take a look at them, they scrutinize them, they make a determination if it's fair market value, and then they'll return the deal and basically state like, hey, this is not fair market value, submit again. You can submit again. If you still don't at that point reach an agreement, then it can go to arbitration. And at that point, you can run through the arbitration part of things and find out where you sit from there. And then as far as if they find a deal to be, or you've come to a deal or paid somebody that it's an infraction, yes, they're going to have a set of rules and penalties put in place, but they don't have all that just yet. They're still trying to get this undone. And that's why you probably see more coaches upset about this than anything else, because there's just not a lot of clarity. There's still a lot of, well, this worked for one team, but it doesn't work for the other team. And why doesn't it work? There's not a clear standard just yet. And I think they're working on it. They're trying. These are really smart people. But I believe the House case determination or ruling coming from Claudia Wilkin as late as it did kind of hamstrung them on getting some of this done before the July 1st date when rev share went into play. So they're making some things up on the fly. You would have hoped they'd been more prepared for this, but it is what it is now. And my expectation is hopefully before September, they'll have all this kind of worked out and they'll be able to put some more fine print details in place and everybody will know where they stand.
Sounds like everything is clear as mud.
Sure.
More or less, yes. More or less.
Yep.
Okay, I got one more question, and it gets away from the rev share, pretty much gets away from this year altogether. Looking towards the future. Next year, 2026, I don't know if y'all want to talk about this or spend a lot of time on it. And this is going to kind of fall into Cole's wheelhouse. We're pretty much, I believe we're going to lose our whole offensive line. I guess Connor Lou would be the only one that could stay if he decided to. Next year, 2026, do you think that how many starters would you say for next year, 2026, are on our roster right now? And how many do you think we may have to hit the portal for? I'm going to leave y'all with that. And you fellas have a good night.
Good call, Jonathan. Appreciate you, buddy.
Yeah, great call.
Yes.
Boy. Yeah,
Prob-
that's where it gets. That's a great question because that's what the three of us have sat here and
Yeah.
scratched our heads about when we looked at the offensive line class and go, he's out. He's out. That doesn't look good. Zero, right?
Mm-hmm.
But, if you're looking at it from, again, an NFL model, I don't think Wilson Zero is going to be able to start next year. I don't think Deron Parks is going to be able to start whoever in this class. Even if you
Right.
got Emmanuel Iheanacho, is he a starter? Do you want him to be a starter in year one?
Do you want him to be or can he be? Probably two different questions. Yes, I think he's probably one of the kind of guys physically that could step in. Mentally, is he ready for that? Probably not.
Right.
You hope he's a Marcus McNeil.
Yes.
Yeah. Which, how rare is that?
Right.
Big time.
If you got a true freshman at left tackle,
now that doesn't mean you don't need to go get these guys. You absolutely do. You got to keep restocking. But if you're now under a budget, you better make sure that money's spent on trying to get that offensive line ready. And I do think there's going to be a couple holes there, at least two, right?
Yeah, I mean, I think it depends on how far along does Tyler Johnson come this year. Can you depend on him next year? Because that's a big deal, right?
Huge. DeAndre Carter, same.
DeAndre Carter, Ty Buster. These are young guys that are on the precipice.
how about Favor?
Yeah, it's a massive year for Favor because he affects your two deep, right?
Right.
Yeah. Seth Wilfred, a couple of guys that have a shot.
Then you've got the transfer coming back, Mason Murphy.
Does he have another year?
I thought Mason was done after this year.
I think he's
Oh,
done.
he has 1 year.
Yeah, it's X that has 2 years. But
Okay.
yeah, X
Right.
has 2 years.
Yeah.
If he doesn't have the year he's planning on having, he could potentially come back. Yes.
Mason is a
But,
graduate
hey,
transfer.
But
Yeah.
listen, but remember, all right, back to Keandre Lambert-Smith, Eric Singleton. All right, what was one of the big reasons Eric Singleton probably thought, hey, Auburn's a good choice for me? Because Keandre Lambert-Smith nearly got 1,000 yards coming from Penn State, where he was used and was good at Penn State. He wasn't like sitting the bench there. He was a pretty good target.
Yeah.
Goes to Auburn, gets better, upgrades his numbers, upgrades his touchdowns, pick in the NFL in the draft. Eric Singleton goes, I could do that. That makes sense. It makes more sense for me to do this now. All right. Xavier Chaplin, if he has the year you're thinking, we're all thinking he had, first round projecting whatever.
Right.
A big OT in the portal probably goes, okay, Auburn makes sense for me now.
I agree. So this is a big development year for Jake because you're right. You are losing a lot. And how many of these guys that have been waiting in the wings a little bit can you get prepared to play? And then, like you said, Cole, I think too, because I do believe, I know there are people out there that think Connor Liu is going to turn pro after the season. Don't put me on that boat. I honestly believe this is a kid whose aviation degree means a lot to him. I think he's absolutely an NFL prospect, but centers don't typically go very high. So maybe he's a third round pick with an opportunity to upgrade his status to a second round pick if he stays for another year and also has an opportunity to earn his degree and earn some more money in addition to that from an NIL standpoint. So I think he's going to be your anchor coming back, but Tyler Johnson's a big one, man. Because tackles are so expensive in the portal. If you can get him ready where he can hold one side, whether it's right or left, that just drives everything else that you're going to do as far as your portal recruiting is concerned with offensive line.
Good stuff, Jonathan. Appreciate you calling in, big dog. Keep us going, Zach.
5002. You're live. Who are we talking to? Where are you calling from?
Hi, this is Mike from Titusville.
How about you, Mike?
You guys there?
Yes, sir. How you doing?
Hey, this is Mike from Titusville.
How about you, Mike?
I haven't called in a while, but I just want to say I love your podcast. And War Eagle, I have
Thank you.
3 things that I think that we probably would have won 8 games last year. And I just want to get your input on it.
Sure.
I think maybe one of the main ones was the kicker. And what I want to hear back from you is, are we able to flip the script this year? So I've got the kicker. I've got obviously the turnovers.
Yeah.
But even though I think Thorne got much better later on in the year with his legs, that kind of helped that out quite a bit. But the other thing was Jarquez Hunter. I don't think we used him enough. And so to me, that was play calling. Are we going to be able to change that? Is that something? And then do we have a good running back? And then another question, do you guys think that Deuce Knight will have any role this year? Let me know your thoughts, and I'll stay tuned in. But like I said, War Eagle, I watch your podcast all the time. Matter of fact, I haven't called in since, I don't know if you remember this, but you guys used to have this thing like with the toilet paper which way, and it was the if you after you eat, do you pick the whatever's in you out, you spit it out. This was Jeffrey, or do you just like use a toothpick and just eat it? And I said, and y'all laughed at me. I said, I'll use a toothpick and I ain't gonna waste it. So anyway, you guys give me your thoughts. War Eagle, love you guys. Take care.
Eagle, Mike. Appreciate you calling in, big dog. Really means a lot.
Great call. Great call.
I have a theory that I've been building on why Auburn did not use Jarquez Hunter as much as people wanted, or as much as we all think that maybe Freeze should have.
Sure.
So year one, you remember we called it Service Academy offense?
Yes.
Okay. Do you remember us talking about how Service Academy offense ain't going to win you enough games in the SEC?
Yes.
Okay. Well, if you're going to get away from that, you have got to push passing game to try to get it right. And it was ugly at times a year ago. Issues with quarterback, issues with young receivers, all kinds of issues, depth on routes, all of that, etc. So you had to push it. And if you're going to push it, that means somebody's going to take the brunt of that. And I think it was Hunter at times when you kind of wanted Auburn to lean on him. And at times they did, but not as much as we all wanted them to. They were leaning on the passing game. Now, I believe, and my theory is this will pay off this season. they will be much better as a passing offense because of it.
Well, and I think they were much better of a passing offense towards the end of the year once some of those young receivers had started to get some of that development we talked about, Cole. I can remember very early on in the year where Cam Coleman had some costly drops, busted some routes. There were some things. Yes, he's a 5-star, but 5-stars still have to be developed.
Yeah.
And so you saw a much different product with both him and Malcolm Simmons by the end of the season than what you saw to begin the year. And I think both are coachable. And you're right that hopefully the rest of that group, Perry included, will continue to come on because as we talked about privately, Cole, Perry played a lot more than I think what we anticipated. When you go back and you look at the snap count,
He did.
he's on the field. And in some critical downs, he's on the field. It's not like he's out there just on 1st and 10 on the first series of the game. We're talking about late in games, Perry's in there. So how that group continues to come around absolutely, will help. And I do believe that you're right that the exposure last year helps them, Cole, for this season. To his question about the number of games they should have won, yeah, absolutely. I mean, I think kicker cost you 2 games in and of itself, right? I think not having a kicker absolutely costs you 2 games.
Sure.
And if you don't have some costly turnovers and or some of the decision-making in critical downs and distances, yeah, you come up with a third one. You're definitely 8-4 last year as opposed to 5-7, but it is what it is now. I mean, you can't look backwards, but I do think they'll be better from that standpoint. I'm going to be honest with you. I want to see more from this coaching staff on the offensive side of the ball. The defensive side of the ball, I trust. I feel comfortable with it. I know what they're going to do. The product is reliable. The offensive product, it's been so peaks and valleys the last couple of years that I want to see consistency. And I think that's fair criticism. And I think you have to be critical of that. Otherwise, you lose credibility with the people that are listening to this show if you're not willing to say, hey, guys, it just hasn't looked consistent on that side of the ball. Yes, it's looked great at times. And other times, Cal game 2 years in a row, it's just looked awful.
Yeah.
I mean, just awful, man. Just hard football to watch.
No, you're absolutely right, Alan. And I don't necessarily know if what I said is true and if it will be the case. I think that's what they're thinking.
Yeah.
When I go back and watch through all these games, I'm going, okay, they're trying to get something accomplished here. They're trying to get better at throwing the football because they know you can't win in this league without a passing game like that. It's not going to happen. You can forget it.
Yes.
100%. Now, do I think they should have used Hunter more? Yeah. I think there are a lot of situations where they could have used him. Situational awareness was one of the biggest things we had an issue with. I think you fix some of that. I think part of it is fixed when your passing game is better.
True.
Okay. And then you have fresh legs in the game. I think that's going to be a big thing. It's going to be a committee. It's not going to be Damari Austin 100 times. It's going to be Austin Cobb, Darrell Robinson. And you don't know who's in there. And it could be a rotation. That's going to help, I think. And also, probably as a play caller for Freeze, he's not in the back of his mind going, now, I need to get it to Hunter.
Forcing it. Yeah.
Yeah. He's more going, I got Cam out there single covered. Or now that they're scared of Cam and Eric Singleton, they're 2 safeties, and we're running the football.
Yeah.
And because of that, and Jeffrey, I want to get you involved on this. And running backs is your territory. Is there a potential for the overall numbers to be better in the rushing attack this year because of the vertical threats on the outside?
Absolutely.
Comparison last year.
Absolutely. No doubt about it. You have to respect, first and foremost, this offense as a defense, you're going to have to respect that passing game, the vertical threat. Absolutely. Chunk plays. And and then you key on or you throw in what we expect to be a better offensive line.
Yes.
I do. I think the run game at the end of the year could probably look better than it did a year ago with Jarquez Hunter.
He could.
Numbers wise.
I mean, Hunter was still, I think he led the SEC in yards per carry, if I'm not mistaken, at 6.
Sounds right.
So that's the number that Freeze cares about when we decide to run the football, that it hits. And there's just more times when you could have gone to it. I guess that might have hurt their average. I guess if you're worried about that, but yes, I agree. I agree with everything about the situational stuff. It's got to get better, but I also see why they're pushing the passing game. You got to. I mean, you can't stay in Service Academy offense. You have to get away from that at some point and push it.
Yeah,
and that's why Freeze, I think, is a little bit has some confidence about himself because he's going. We pushed it. I like where we're at with it now. I don't think we're going to have some of those issues we had a year ago. Cam and Malcolm, they've grown up. Perry, he's grown up. Jackson understands me. I mean, I just watched the All Access thing where Jesse Stone is mic'd up with Jackson Arnold. They're sitting there talking, and Jesse Stone goes, "Can you believe they keep going one-on-one with Horatio and one-on-one with Cam?" And Jackson Arnold goes, "That's dumb. That's dumb." So they have confidence about it. Whether or not they're going to be able to get it done, I don't know. But the coaching staff has gotten the confidence in the players from pushing that passing game a little bit. That's my theory.
Good stuff.
To his question, I don't think we answered anything. Do you guys think there's a role for Deuce this year?
Oh,
I don't think so. I don't think so.
You kind of hope not, right?
Almost. Do y'all feel like he's going to win the backup job? I feel like Ashton Daniels is going to win it.
I don't know. I would tell you that my information right now is that in the captain's practices, Jackson Arnold has looked the best out there of all the three, and it's not even close.
Yeah.
Not even close.
He's comfortable.
I don't expect to see Deuce Knight on the field if everybody stays healthy. Personally, I don't see a package for him. I don't see him being the backup. I think you brought in Ashton Daniels to be that. So, my answer, Mike, my opinion is no.
And I don't think it's specifically to redshirt him either. I think it's because of Ashton Daniels. I have some confidence that his 2 years of playing Power 4 football is going to be good for Auburn's backup quarterback spot.
I'm going to be excited to see that quarterback competition. I am. I think the quarterback competition for the number 2 spot might be one of the more intriguing battles when you get into fall camp. I honestly do.
That's the most intriguing to me.
Okay. Hey, fantastic call, Mike. Appreciate you calling in, buddy. Keep us going, Zach.
9234. You're live. Who we talking to? Where are you calling from?
Saul. This is Saul.
It's all good.
Saul?
Hello.
How about you, Saul?
Saul. This is Saul's. SOLLS. Saul's.
Yeah.
Okay, get in here, man.
From the board.
Cole, you looking good tonight.
Easy, good. He's married.
Hey, I had something on recruiting. When did the two-day recruiting signing period? When did that begin?
The 2-day signing period?
Man, this has been like what?
Like we have an early signing and a later signing day.
Oh, okay. What?
Like
2017-ish, I think.
Yeah.
Let me see
like
Did you know, Alan? Did you know that we had 2 signing dates a long, long time ago?
I did not.
We had an SEC signing day, and you could sign 45.
2017.
And you didn't actually have to stick to your original, but like if you signed with Auburn, you couldn't sign with Alabama. But if you signed with Auburn, you could sign with Notre Dame or UCLA.
Okay.
That makes sense.
It does make sense. I can see why they got away from it, but it definitely makes sense.
Yeah. But no, I just thought I'd throw that in tonight. That was the only thing I had.
All right. Nice.
Well, thank you, Cole. Man,
No,
great to hear from you.
yeah, definitely. This is
The more you know.
highlight.
Y'all
Yeah,
looking good, guys. Keep up
Appreciate
the
you, big dog. Appreciate you, big dog. The more you know with Saul.
Man,
We
what a
should-
legend. What a legend
Yeah.
that guy is.
We need to dedicate Saul's. Call back in next week, man. We're going to dedicate 3 minutes to what you can learn from Saul's. We're going to have our own dedicated section. Yeah,
I will be on pins and needles waiting for that every week. I'm serious.
Good stuff, big dog. Appreciate you calling in, Sauls.
0372. You're live. Who we talking to? Where are you calling from?
This is Lane from Prattville, Alabama.
Pratt Vegas, baby.
Oh, yeah. Pratt Vegas, man. We're doing good over here. How are you guys doing tonight?
Fantastic. Absolutely fantastic.
So I got a recruiting question first before I get to my eventual tangents that I typically go on, but I'm going to summarize it as much as I possibly can when I get there. But the recruit I want to ask about is a guy that's announcing his commitment on August 2nd, Anthony Davis Jr. His top four, as you guys probably know, you guys keep up with it, is Bama, Auburn, Michigan, Ole Miss. Where do you guys think he is leaning to as of right now?
Okay.
From what you guys know.
Okay. Anything else, Lane?
Question wise, no.
Okay.
But I just got a couple things to say though about like this season.
Okay. Well, real quick, Ant Davis, man. I don't think it's going to be Auburn. I don't think it.
I think it's Ole Miss.
Yeah, I was going to say my guess right now, Lane, is Ole Miss, and DJ Durkin for whatever reason. I don't think Ant Davis is like a tier 1 guy for Auburn.
Well,
right now.
I think he and Adam Balogun Ali were very similar, and you know how he likes Adam. So
right.
Yeah. I've heard awesome things about Adam ever since he committed. I actually went and watched some of his film. The guy he looks incredible. But just to go into my little rant, because of this whole the recruiting dip that's happened over the last couple months with Auburn. I think there's a portion of our fan base that's panicking a little bit too much. I think, and people are sitting here saying that Hugh is on like this really super hot seat. I don't think Hugh is on as hot of a seat as people think he is. He has not gotten to the point where we saw Harsin get to in that 2022 season. There is an exact moment in time where you could tell the Harsin era was coming to an end because of how dark things were getting in Auburn. And it was the third quarter of the Auburn versus Penn State game in Jordan-Hare. That was dark because in the post-game press conference, every single question was, what are your thoughts about your job security? What are your thoughts on the rumors of you not being in Auburn much longer? He hasn't gotten to that point yet.
No. I mean, let's be honest here with Harsin. His regime was over in February of 2022. I mean, when they decided to bring him back, that was the worst decision Auburn could have made. And no offense to Brian Harsin, but it was over then, and everybody and their mom knew it. But go ahead.
Yeah, especially after the whole rumors that was going on around like the affair thing. Like,
well,
and then the whole going back to the whole recruiting dip thing. There's a very easy solution to the recruiting issue right now, if you even want to consider it an issue, which I guess it is. You got to win football games. You can only pitch, hey, come here and be the guy that can be the change, that can get us over the Georgias, the Alabamas, that can push us over the hump and put us in that top 15 playoff range. You can only pitch that for so long. Now is the time to win football games. And in my opinion, I believe my opinion right now, I think this Auburn team goes 8-4, 9-3. I agree with the statement made earlier. We should have won 8 games last year. I really do. I think kicking cost you 2 of them, like Alan had said earlier. I agree with that statement. And here's what I think Auburn has to do this year to fix the issues that cause us to go 5-7. Here's how you get to that 9-3 point. I actually believe if this team plays to their absolute top tier potential, they could somehow, some way, I'm going to get called crazy for saying this, but I'm saying if they play to their absolute peak, they could possibly get to 10, but it's not. I highly doubt they get to 10 this year. Because I'm more of a baby steps kind of guy. We gotta get an inch before we can take a mile.
Sure.
I think in order to get to that 9-win mark, though, you got to have. There's 3 main categories. You got to have better field goal kicking because that cost you multiple games last year. Better red zone offense. And time of possession. We got dominated on time of possession last year. If you fix those 3, you can easily get to 9 wins with this team. And a lot of other fan bases and a lot of media outlets are trying to spin it as if Jackson Arnold has to come in here and be the reincarnation of 2010 Cam Newton if Auburn wants to get above 500, which I just don't agree with.
I don't either.
You just need to limit the turnovers, get the ball to your playmakers on the outside. You have a running back room with depth. You got fresh bodies coming in that can help your tempo. You don't have to run one guy into the ground like we had to do with Jarquez at times, which is what Cole said earlier. We were running Service Academy offense in 2023 because we didn't have any game changers on the outside. You have game changers everywhere on the outside now.
Yeah.
This team has an extremely high potential to go 9-3. And, like I said a minute ago, if they play at their absolute peak, they could possibly, rip off a 10, but I don't see it happening yet. And I think the floor for this team is 7-5, and that's if everything goes as worse as it can possibly go. That's all I got to say tonight, guys. I love the podcast. Been watching it since 2023. I appreciate everything you guys do. Appreciate all the job you guys do. And you guys have a great night.
Thanks so much, Lane. Great call, man. Great caller. We appreciate your loyalty, man. Appreciate that.
Yeah.
Definitely.
Hold it down out there in Prattville now.
Yeah.
Well, and I thought Lane made a very salient point when he said that, Jackson Arnold doesn't have to be the reincarnation of Cam Newton.
No.
Mm-hmm.
No, realistically, I'm going to read some numbers to you. 2,713 yards. 21 touchdowns, 9 interceptions. That's Peyton Thorne's stat line from last year. If Jackson Arnold is a more efficient Peyton Thorne, Auburn wins 9 football games. Throw for 3,000 plus, cut the interceptions down. Everything else can stay the same. And I'm dead serious when I say that. Be more effective in the red zone, like Lane said. Have a more effective kicking game so you can take advantage of possessions where you come up a little bit short in the red zone. And realistically, I don't want to put that on Towns Magoo. I mean, he was a true freshman.
Yeah.
Only kicked, I think, for 1 or 2 years in high school. And now you've put him in a pressurized situation of kicking in the SEC as a true freshman. It was it was a really difficult spot. And I don't think the coaching staff prepared to necessarily have to turn to Towns that way. But I don't think they ever thought it would get there either. You know what I mean? So it was a tough draw on that front, but all Jackson has to do is come in and be a more effective Peyton Thorne. That's what he has to do. And if he does that, 9 victories are absolutely doable.
Not to mention the guy you went to after Towns was roofing the year before. He walks on.
I thought they got him out of the frat house. Was he roofing? Was that what he was doing?
Well, he was roofing on the side, apparently.
Jesus.
So they bring him in, and he actually wasn't bad, but this is what you're dealing with. A very unfortunate situation there. Nothing you can do as a coach. You got to roll with that. That sucks. I hate that situation, but it does help when you get a healthy Alex McPherson, or now Towns Magoo, who's been through it.
Yes.
Understands what he's looking at if you have to go to that. And you have Connor Gibbs from Georgia Tech.
That's right.
Southern Miss.
Yeah, you're right. Southern Miss, who was their kicker, and he's been through it. So you got options. Nobody wants to talk about kicking game. I get it, but hey, big deal. Huge deal.
Absolutely. Gotta see that improve. We'll see what old Chad Lunsford can do, the new special teams coordinator. Good stuff, Lane. Appreciate you, buddy.
Last call of the night, 5013. You're live. Who we talking to? Where are you calling from?
Oh, no. Don.
Don. How are you guys?
There he is.
How about you, big dog Don?
What's going on, Jay Lee? I spent the day out in Hoover watching some great high school 7-on-7 football yesterday, and got to meet a lot of people from Parker. And I asked some Parker coaches if they knew you, and they said, "Yeah, Cole used to come around school all the time."
Oh yeah, Parker, man, a lot of good folks over there. Coach Warren, a couple guys.
But I'm surprised you weren't there yesterday. Were you there yesterday, Cole?
No, I'm out of town right now, Don. I wasn't able to make it.
Well, let me give you a little update. Hoover ended up beating Thompson in the finals and everything. And I got to tell you guys, that Seaborn is the real deal, man. Can that boy spin the football? Fellas.
Hoover must be much improved if they're able to take down.
Well, I tell you what, guys, their defensive backs played really, really well in that 7-on-7 environment. But their Hoover, Thompson in the semis almost got beat by Pike Road. And I got to tell you something, Pike Road, I don't know his name, guys, but they got a 10th grade quarterback that's pretty dadgum good.
Yeah, he's I know him, but I can't remember his name right now. But yeah, he's stepping in for. They had Casey Myers last year, who's now transferred to Auburn High, so he's stepping in. Pike Road's going to be good. They're pretty sporting. Right. Coach Shook, shout out.
By the way, guys, I don't know if y'all know this about the two Thompson kids that we and I didn't know this until somebody told me this yesterday. Guys, I did not know that New Boy Fagans and Derek Smith transferred from Oxford. Is that true?
New Boy, yes. Yeah, because his brother played at Oxford originally.
I heard he transferred from Oxford.
Jared Smith? I don't know. Maybe. I might have heard
when the people tell me that, I go, "Are y'all sure?" I don't know about this one.
Jared Smith transferred in from Spain.
I got to tell you what, guys. There was 50 the best high schools from around the country, and I got to sit at the main field, and I'll tell you what, it's 7-on-7, but I'm tell you what, there's some good athletes. As a matter of fact, I got to see Trustful play, and Trustful needs some work at quarterback, Cole. But I tell you what, that Chris Davis Jr. is a heck of an athlete. I'm sorry, Chris Davis. The fourth now? That kid is really, really good. I believe he's a sophomore. Is that right?
Yeah, I'm not sure about him. No, that's a new one for me.
Oh yeah. But anyway, guys, a very enjoyable event. But going back to the last caller and Alan, I gotta agree with him. I mean, I can't remember. I know the missed field goal against Missouri basically was hurt us really bad. But what game was it that Magoo missed 2 field goals? He missed one, and they got a penalty for him to re-kick it right before halftime. Was it Arkansas or Oklahoma game? Then he missed the second.
Oh, I want to say that was Oklahoma.
Yeah, because I mean, guys, I agree with everybody that we could have been 8-4 easily last year, and if you go back and Cole, you'll appreciate this, and then Jay Lee and Alan. On a local radio show every Saturday here in Birmingham is letting me do a position breakdown for Auburn this year on the show. And Cole, I did the offensive line yesterday. I'm gonna see if you will agree with my breakdown. Getting Murphy and Chaplin and putting them at tackle, and being able to move Wade to guard with Lou and right in the middle. I think we're gonna have one heck of an offensive line.
Yeah, I agree. You got an interchangeable piece that always fixes things, and you're going to have some rotation anyway. That's just natural in today's college football.
And also, too, guys, don't we have a good bit of depth? I mean, with DeAndre Carter and Tutal Miller and Tyler Johnson and Pop and of the 2 freshmen guys, do you think that Jacoby Ward or Ty Buster has a chance to play this year?
Probably neither, Don, but Ty Busters gets a ton of praise from staff. He had a great spring, and they're high on him. Haven't heard much about Jacoby yet he just got there. So
Yeah.
red shirt probably for those two, but they think Ty Buster's the real deal.
Yeah, well, speaking of him, his school Benedictine had a good another good football team again, and I think they got beat by Thompson in the quarters, I believe. And Thompson rode. I mean, guys, Thompson killed everybody they played up until the Pike Road, and like I said, Hoover's defensive backs to me look really, really good. And I don't know if any of them are prospects or not, but just a great event. This was my fourth or fifth time for going, and I know I was supposed to meet you out there last year, Co, and I had to cancel at the last minute because I forgot about my vacation. I still apologize about that.
Well, dang it, Don. You got to chill out on those vacations, man.
I know. Well, actually, guys, I'm going on I'm right before football season, fellas. I'm going on a 7-night cruise.
Oh, good for you.
All right.
Yeah, going to Key West. The first stop's Key West, then Nassau, and then the Bahamas, and I'm going out of New Orleans on Carnival. And fellas, if you've never done it before, let me recommend something to you. Take the train from Birmingham to New Orleans. That is a fine ride. And the J-Lay, just don't get kicked off the train like you did the Supper Club, okay?
You're muted, Jeff.
I said I'll do my best.
If it stays out of that left lane,
Well, guys,
he'll be
thank
okay.
y'all very much. Always a pleasure talking to you guys. You guys do a great job. Appreciate the whole hard work you guys do for us, fellas.
Excellent. Don, appreciate you, big dog. Fantastic call. Fantastic bookend. Kevin and Don.
I
For
hope,
sure.
Don, that you can find a Twin Peaks or a Hooters out there on that cruise.
Ooh, yes.
He'll be around that pool a lot, I bet you.
Hey.
Hey, fantastic show, man. Kevin, Darren, Jonathan, Mike, Sauls.
That's awesome, man.
Lane and Don. That's some really good calls tonight.
Yep.
That
And I
was,
actually
that was one of the best line of callers we've had.
Absolutely.
well, and the questions aren't over. I actually just got a text wanting to know if Cole had made a decision about what he's going to pick up in Louisiana on his way back.
Ooh.
Yes. Man, I'm definitely going to get some boudin.
Okay.
That's going to happen. And somebody said duck boudin. Yeah, we'll be looking for that.
Okay.
Be on the lookout. And definitely some gator. I've been wanting to do gator. So that's going to happen this time.
Ready to find out if it tastes like chicken?
I was told if you fry it, then you're getting more of a chicken. But if you like season it heavy, blacken it, whatever, grill it, you're getting a different taste.
Okay.
From chicken, I guess.
Well, there you have it.
Cajun cooking with Cole. I like it.
Cajun cooking with Cole.
But my recruitment is still open.
All right, fellas, that's going to do it for us tonight. We'll be back later this week with a recruiting show. And we'll be back, obviously, next Sunday night for another call-in show, another corner call-in show. The corner call-in show was born tonight.
Boy, what a great way to kick it off, too.
Kick it off. Fantastic show. Don't forget, if you're in Auburn, Alabama, Lee County, Alabama, Opelika, Alabama, looking for some real estate help, give her a call, Miss Jessica Andrus with the Talents Group, 334-704-4442. Tell her we sent you. All right, that's going to do it, folks. We appreciate everybody listening. We appreciate everybody watching. For Cole, for Alan, for Zach in the back. Who stayed in the back? I'm Jeffrey Lee, man. Y'all stay at that left lane. See you.